Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week you're going to join me in the kitchen to continue on our prep for the holidays. This week we're going to work on pie crust and making dinner rolls. Let's get into it and get it done. Today we're going to start with our dinner rolls. I'm making a triple batch since I am making these for Christmas and Thanksgiving, so I need an extra big bowl, but you use what you need. To the mixing bowl, you're going to add warm water, about 110 degrees is about what you're looking for. Add your yeast, add your sugar, and mix it well. Then set it aside and let it bloom for 5 minutes. While it's blooming, I'm going to go ahead and take my butter and melt it in the microwave for about a minute. It is room temperature, so it won't take very long. If you're pulling yours cold from the fridge, you'll need to go a little bit longer. But this will help make it where you can stir it into your batter much better. Once your yeast has bloomed and is activated, add in your melted butter, sugar, salt, and your eggs. Stir that in well. Then add 1 cup of your flour. I'm using whole wheat bread flour per batch that you are making. So if you're just doing a single batch, add 1 cup. I'm gonna add 3 cups, then stir that in well. Don't worry about any lumps. Those will start coming out as you add more flour and mix. Once that flour is incorporated and your batter looks really wet, start slowly incorporating more flour, about 1 cup at a time, and mix it in after each addition. Once you have added in all of your flour and your dough is starting to come together, start kneading it. Sometimes I find it easier to go ahead and get my hands in there, and with this large of a batch, it definitely is easier. So I'm gonna remove my ring and put it aside and get in mixing and kneading with my hands. And I went ahead and decided to split this into 3 dough balls. to make it even faster and easier to incorporate that flour. This recipe yields 24 small rolls. However, if you want to make more, you can cut them into bigger pieces, which I will show you on the third dough ball. Once I'm done with all three, I'm going to coat them with oil so they don't dry out. Cover it with a cloth, set it in a warm place. Your oven with a light on is fine. If you're warm like we are here in Texas, my counter is just fine. And then just let it sit and rise about double for about an hour. You can go longer, that's fine, but an hour is usually pretty typical. Once that hour is up, you can come back and check on it, make sure it's doing okay, see if you need to go longer, or if it's ready to start working with. Mine is perfectly fine, so remove your cloth, set it aside, pull out your dough ball and set it on the counter. To make the 24, you're going to press out the air on the counter and form a rectangle. Then you're going to use a knife or your dough cutter and cut the loaf in half and then quarter it. Each quarter then will be cut into 6 pieces. From there, you're going to press out the air even more to make them a little bit easier to handle. And you can either do the roll and pull to give some tension on the counter, or you can take your fingers and stretch and pull down and tuck it under to make your balls that way. Once you've formed your dough ball, place it into your prepared baking dish and continue on until you're done. make 16 larger rolls. After you have pressed it into a rectangle, you're going to quarter it from left to right and top to bottom. Start with cutting it down the middle both ways and then go from there as I show here. To use your rolls now, cover them and let them rise for about an hour till they've doubled in size again, and then bake them at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. If you're going to use these the next day, cover them with foil, stick them in the refrigerator, and then pull them out and bake them when they have risen. They will still rise slowly, so you don't want to let these sit in the refrigerator a long time. If you need to let these wait a long time, you're going to need to stick them in the freezer like I'm doing. Cover them with foil, close it well, label it with what's in it and the baking instructions, and then stick it in the freezer immediately. And then to use them, just pull them out and thaw them, let them rise for the hour, and then bake them per the instructions. Now that we've got our rolls done, it's time to move on to our regular pie crust. This recipe yields 3 pie crusts. To get started, you're going to dice or shred cold butter and set it aside. To your mixing bowl, add your flour, salt, baking soda, and stir. Your butter and cut it into the flour mixture until it resembles sand, with a few larger chunks is okay. Sometimes it's a little faster to just get in there and use your fingers. It's more efficient than just sitting there and cutting forever in a day. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, just speed this up a little bit. And you can mix this as much as you want to at this point. You can sit here and just keep mixing in that butter as much as you want to. However, once you add in the water, you want to touch it as little as possible until it's incorporated, because you will make the end product come out tough and you don't want to do that. add in your water, mix it in until it comes together and it's nicely hydrated. You don't want it to be sopping wet, but you don't want it to have the powdery flour still there. You want it to be mixed into a cohesive ball, and then stop mixing it. Press it out into a disc a little bit, cut it into thirds, and either roll it out and use it, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna form into discs and put in plastic wrap and put it in the freezer until I'm ready to use it. When you're ready to use it, just pull it out of the freezer and let it thaw, and then roll it out and make your favorite pie. So what desserts are y'all's favorites? Down here we love pumpkin and pecan pie, but TBK especially loves coconut cream. We'd love to hear what y'all's favorites are. For my pecan pie, I like to use a little bit heartier of a crust, and this recipe is super easy. To your mixing bowl, you're gonna add flour, sugar, and salt and stir it. Then cut in your butter like we just showed until it's like sand. Then you're gonna add in a lightly beaten egg and mix it until it comes together. If you need a little bit of water, up to a tablespoon, feel free to add it in, but I didn't need it. It was perfectly hydrated today. You can use this immediately by rolling it out and making your favorite pie, or you can add it into plastic wrap and freeze it like we did the others. This one I'm gonna label with pecan so that I know which one it is, and it'll be easy for me to pull out and use when it's time. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps out the channel. We would appreciate it. Well, there we have it. Now we have our pie crust and our rolls in the freezer waiting for us for this holiday season. That's gonna make life so much easier come time to bake everything and get it ready for the family. Thank you so much for joining us in the kitchen again this week. We appreciate you spending time with us. Hopefully it has inspired you to get some of your recipes out and get things ready for your holiday season. If you missed the beginning part of this playlist, feel free to check it out below, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.